is, in your opinion, is there a obligation to be politically active?
No. So, as much as I involve myself in like learning about politics, I genuinely believe that your responsibility is actually to just become as good of a person as you possibly can be. We've talked about this before, but my philosophy is live the best life that you possibly can be while being as good to many other people as possible, because you can't jump in and think about politics like all the time. Like, I don't think that that's a healthy way of looking at things.
I know a lot of people who are like that, and it's like, you seem so upset all the time because that's the only thing that you ever talk about, and it's like, that must be a sad existence, like, because you know.
I've lived like a few days stretches worth of it, not weeks, but there would be like a few days, maybe 3 or 4 days, where all I'm thinking about is just politics, and it's draining. It is draining, but it's addictive for some people, because there's this one thing that humans like, is just the constantly learning about new information. Like, it's just a trait that humans have, where we love to consume information all the time, which is why a lot of people are addicted to social media. There's so much new information. Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. I love Twitter, but like,
Twitter is a slippery slope.
Yeah, but that's why, like, politics can be addicting for a lot of people. And then it's not just that, but then also like the gratification of feeling like you're playing for the winning team. But it's like, guys, we're all struggling many of the same struggles that and we should all be working together towards it. But then it's like, what reality do these people live in? It's like, we don't even agree on the same facts, and that becomes a whole different issue. So again, it's just like, I believe that you should just be as good of a person as you possibly can be, because once you get yourself into that place, then it's like, if you want to involve yourself in politics, you will become a much more effective political advocate, because the way that you communicate your points, the way that you carry yourself to other people, the way that you frame certain things and certain arguments, you're completely honest about these things, and more people are likely to listen to what you have to say, as opposed to being like this person who's on Facebook sharing, I shit you not, I have friends sharing 40, 50 posts a day.
Oh my God.
And it's like, they're usually conservatives, but they're just
and I noticed that too.
But I do have a couple of
it's because the only people that use Facebook are old people. You're the only person that I know under the age of Daniel, like 40 who's actively on Facebook.
Facebook is incredible.
No.
Okay, but okay, all right. But on a serious note, though, like, that is I think people who spend so much time just thinking about politics become significantly less of a political advocate, because they don't really have anything else going on. They don't have like friends that they can reach out to. Like, I have another friend of mine who he's always sharing shit on Facebook, and that's all that's all he fucking does. And it's like, it's not, you're not being effective in your messaging. I don't care if you're conservative or if you're progressive. I don't care who you are.
For the average person, maybe, who doesn't understand it as well, or feels like maybe they're not so eloquent with their words as you are, maybe that is their way. I mean, sharing 50 posts a day, that's overkill. You're gonna, if anything,
it's not an exaggeration.
Drive people away, though.
It's not an exaggeration. I swear, I can't figure out when they sleep. It's like 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, and it's like every hour. Okay. Yeah. Sometimes I see like a 6 hour gap where like, and I was like, you probably fucking slept.
Yeah.
Okay. But like, it makes sense if you're sharing all the time, if you're a congressional candidate, for sure, if you're like trying to be a part of the system, or if your career depends on being a political advocate, that makes sense. But if you're a normal ass person, and this is not like, it's like, it's like figuring out how you can most effectively communicate your advocacy. That's mainly.
What if you're a celebrity? Do you think celebrities have more of an obligation to be politically active because they have a platform?
This one, I'm still going to say no, but the fans will pressure that from them.
Yeah.
I think because the thing is, it's just like what times like these will tell us about people. It'll tell us something about these people, for sure. Like Tyler Joseph of 21 Pilots was just getting bombarded with from the fans about how he just neglected to ever mention Black Lives Matter, and then he went on to deflect and say that. And I know that I'm not framing this from like a neutral standpoint, because obviously I am biased towards like I guess I do, like, personally I would want celebrities to be vocal.
Yeah, or it's like disappointing when they're not, because it's like you have the platform, you can reach so many more people than the average person. Is like, why wouldn't you use that? Yeah,
to establish, I think to establish your position is important, because in a way it's like your silence can be a form of dishonesty, because it's like what the consequences of your silence or like of your position would be. But if you truly believe that what your position was a good position, you would be vocal about it. And that's why, like, for someone like Taylor Swift, who's been using her platform to, like, say go vote, and she's been openly critical about like what Trump wants to do with the postal service. She doesn't do it like so often, but I can appreciate that. I don't think you have to do it often, but you have to. I think. Okay, so I guess I will go back on this and say that I guess I have some expectation. I don't want to call it an obligation, but I think that that's kind of where I guess I'll go with it, because you do have that platform and you have that ability to communicate. Like, if you are like a NASCAR Trump supporter, go all out and be vocal about your support. See where that leads you.
So you want even the other side. It's like, of course, you should be pushing. You should push out your values.
Yeah. I think you should be vocal about your. I do really think that you should be vocal about, like, as a celebrity, what you believe in. But I guess this is such a weird, complicated topic, because while I do think that you should be vocal about your beliefs, you should also own up to, I guess, the response and the consequences and the critiques that come your way for owning those beliefs. And so it helps to be educated and to have an understanding of what it is that you believe in.